Shalom and greetings. It's Rabbi Adam Miller from Temple Shalom of Naples, Florida. May the 4th be with you today on International Star Wars Day. I hope you're having a wonderful start to this Monday. And here is our update for today on some of the events and activities happening in our Temple Shalom community. Some of you may have joined with our Israeli program today, learning about the Jewish people in the land of Israel with Uri Feinberg. If you missed that, know that the video will be available on YouTube in the next day or so. On Wednesday, May 6th, we have Coffee Talk with the Clergy at 10 a.m., a great social space to meet with other members of your Temple Shalom One family. On Thursday, May 7th, One Spark at a Time is at 10 a.m., that will be on Zoom and Facebook Live with videos posted later and podcasts as well. Our guest this week is Rabbi Seth Limmer, Senior Rabbi at Chicago Sinai Congregation, a past recipient of the Rabbi Maurice Eisendrath Bearer of Light Award for his work in the field of justice, and a remarkable individual. Join me as I sit down with Rabbi Limmer, a dear friend, this Thursday at 10 a.m. And if you're on via Zoom, you'll have the opportunity to ask questions of Rabbi Limmer as we listen to his story and his passion for making our world more whole and holy. Later Thursday afternoon, All Stitched Up and Nowhere to Go is at 4:30 for our crafters. Happy Hour with the Clergy at 5:30. The Shabbat is, as it's been the last few weeks, Friday, May 8th. Our Erev Shabbat services are on live stream and Facebook at 7:30. Torah study is on Zoom at 9 a.m. on Saturday morning. Shabbat services follow at 10 a.m., live stream and Facebook, and Havdalah will be at 8 p.m. on Saturday night. This Sunday, we have a special treat with a cello concert from Tom May that will be on our Facebook Live at 4 p.m. And we know that there's a lot going on in our community virtually. We hope that you're taking advantage of these things, joining us for these programs when you are able, or perhaps catching up at a time that is more convenient for you. We also recognize that in the next few days and weeks, things are going to start to change as the stay-at-home orders have been lifted, as some businesses start to open up, and perhaps we engage more in society, albeit with precautions, keeping our 6 feet distance, wearing our masks, washing our hands early and often. But it's also important for us to recognize that as we re-enter the world around us, as we reconnect with others, that while all of us have been doing social distancing for our safety as a precaution during this time of the pandemic, each one of us might have been experiencing things a little bit differently. Cantor David Berger wrote a beautiful piece on reformjudaism.com as one of the commentaries for this week's Torah portion, and he shares there a story from Talmud involving Elijah the prophet and Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. According to the story, Shimon Bar Yochai was sent to go and live in a cave for 12 years because his anger was so great that he could not be helpful to others. God has asked Elijah to go and bring Bar Yochai out of the cave, but Elijah is hesitant. He paces back and forth. He walks towards the cave and away from the cave. He doesn't want to do it because he's afraid of what might happen. He tells God, I don't think he's ready. He's just going to be angry. God says, we need to give him a chance. Let him out of the cave. So Elijah finally goes and lets Bar Yochai out, and as he feared, Bar Yochai comes out angry, judgmental, passionate. He's so angry, in fact, that God tells him he must go back into the cave for another year. That year passes, but it's different than the first, and somehow Bar Yochai comes out, this time a little more illuminated. Somehow he found a new sense of perspective, and now he is more understanding and patient with those whom he sees. Cantor Berger notes that for all of us, we have elements of these three characters that were there. There's Elijah, who was cynical, hesitant, fearful of what might happen. There's Bar Yochai, who is passionate and judgmental towards others who are following or not following the laws and guidelines as he believes they should. And there is God, always hopeful and believing that the best will happen. Well, we're not one of these. We are all of these. For mixed inside of all of us after this time being apart is a little bit of fear and hesitation for what might be ahead. perhaps some anger and passion, frustration after being stuck in these guidelines for so long. And there's also hope, a belief that indeed tomorrow will come and the world will be a better place. For all of us, as we transition from extreme social distancing to the next phases, whatever they may be for each one of us, wherever you may be living at this time, please do so with a sense of kindness, compassion, and patience for those who are around you and indeed for yourself. Understand that you might go through emotional swings, at times feeling very happy, at other times frustrated, sometimes unsure of what's ahead. But for all of us, we have in our hearts the most important desire, which is to see our world be a better place, a safe place. And as long as we work together towards those ends, following the guidelines to the best of our abilities, we will indeed be partners together with one another in making our community, our country, and our world a safe and healthy place. Stay safe, friends. Have a wonderful day. And as always, wash your hands. Shalom, everyone.